No Simple Road is stoked to have Sunset Lake CBD back with us as our sponsor. Sunset Lake is the real deal. If you've looked around trying to find CBD and it just didn't do what it was supposed to do, this is the place you need to go. They've got every kind of product you can imagine, including CBD tinctures with sleep gummies that are great for getting to bed, CBD gummy bears and reishi-infused chews that can help bring you a little bit of calm in a stressful day. They've got salve. They've got smokable hemp flower that's great for folks like me that don't want to get stoned and paranoid but want to have the benefits of cannabis. Well, now you got it. And they even carry CBD products for your pets, man. I'm saying this is Darwin approved stuff. Go over to sunsetlakecbd.com and check out the full range of what they have. This is Vermont grown, right to your door, and they're giving you 20% off. So put in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out. You're going to get 20% off your whole order. And I know you're going to love it. They even have subscription options open for you, so you don't forget to get your medicine. Go check out Sunset Lake CBD, everybody.
Why can't every day be like this? No Simple Road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
Pretty unbelievable.
What'd you do to get that poster?
Well, it was
Sci-Fi Soldier.
Halloween, Las Vegas, MGM, and it was Halloween, and we were.
Was it Halloween though?
It was a Halloween costume.
October
31st. Yeah, Halloween.
Wow.
It fell on
I think
Halloween.
we've established that it's Halloween.
Okay, cool.
So on Halloween, Fish performed.
You gotta hold it together.
I do gotta hold it together. No. Anyway, so Aaron and I went as pirates, and I made this corset.
I was Santa Claus,
and I had the corset for about like 2 hours at that point, because I would like had it dressed in the room, and then we came down. By the time we were even walking into Fish, I needed to fucking take that corset off. I was gonna die if I had to have that on all night. So,
it was like 8,000
so
degrees,
hot in there.
like swamp ass city inside the MGM.
Dude, and it was like
my Santa outfit lasted about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I
we
was
literally
dripping.
dressed horribly for the occasion. I would never wear that
done,
outfit
crew.
again. I mean, it was cute. It was very cute on, I'll say. But anyway, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to, like, Aaron and I and Apple, we all got through. We're like kind of in the very front where like the merch is, and everybody's walking. It's a huge craziness.
It's a concert. You guys understand.
So we start walking to our seats, and did I make it?
We made it to the seats. We sat there for about 2 minutes, and Mel was like, I can't fucking breathe. It's too hot in here, and I'm going to take this shit off.
So I literally ran in fucking these heels. Why did I wear heels to a Fish concert?
Because you wanted to look
I went
cute.
all the way for the whole look. You know, they're dope boots. I still have them to this day. Anyway.
You're going to the bathroom.
I'm going to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. No, I didn't go to the bathroom. I went straight. Did I say I was going to the bathroom?
You were going to change.
I was going to buy a shirt, because I didn't just have random extra shirts at a Fish concert.
Why not?
Anyway, I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't
continue.
prepared that day like that. So I get to the back of the line, like the line, Fish lines for merch right before show.
Insane.
Come on, just think about
Fish
the line.
fans like merch?
I get at the very back of the line, and I just patiently wait, and I'm like, okay, it's whatever's going to happen. You can kind of feel when Fish is about to come on.
Meanwhile, I'm at the seat, and I'm starting to feel the effects of the things that I did that night, and I'm flipping out. I'm like, we're at Fish Halloween. Mel's not here. They're about to take the stage. She's going to miss the beginning of the show. She's not going to be able to find her way back to the seat. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway.
Side note, I really wanted. Side note too, before she tells it, I really wanted a poster, but the lines were just insane, and I was sweating my ass off in my Santa suit.
Weird Santa.
So I finally get to the fucking front of the line. Like finally, there's all these obstacles that I had to overcome. This fucking heat, like people cutting, like just random shit happening,
manatee,
all this stuff. And then I finally get to the front, and I was like, I will take that t-shirt. And they're like, oh, we don't have that t-shirt anymore. I was like, only in medium. I was like, that's my size. He's like, all right, this is the last t-shirt. So I was like, score. I got the t-shirt that I wanted. It's a black Vegas t-shirt. I love it. It's my favorite Fish shirt I got.
Sick.
Secondarily, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to get a poster. I mean, this is fucking a dope poster.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, I'm going to,
Okay.
I'll let you.
Yeah, no, hold on. You understand that like people probably got in line at 3:00 in the morning, the day of the show, to get the posters. They waited and threw up and peed their pants and fought each other and all that just to get a poster. And you're like 10 minutes before the show is actually going to start. You're like, I think I'll go get a shirt and maybe a poster. And please continue.
Well, if they didn't have posters, I wasn't clearly going to get one.
Obviously.
But they fucking had posters that freshly printed. So freshly printed that I had to hold it.
They said not to roll it up.
Oh yeah,
yet.
they told me not to roll it.
And it was true. She brought it.
And so I like fucking run like with a sail
Like
now.
an antelope.
Like
out of control
with these fucking heels and my corset's still on because I can't just change and do that. So I didn't want to go to the bathroom because no, I'm still in that fucking restricting ass cute corset. And so I didn't want to go to the bathroom because I didn't want to put the poster down. So I instinctively went back to the seats. Right the second that I get back to the seats, the lights go down and Fish.
It was the most perfect moment in history of concert goers' experiences. It was like they were like, wait for Mel. Wait, yeah, she's got to get back to Aaron and Apple.
I'm like shitting myself. She's like, here, Apple, take this poster, and I'm like,
holy shit!
Like why? And she's like, don't roll it. And then told me that I was like, and I felt it. It was still wet. Like the poster print, and
they
we laid
were
it on the seat
trying
for a little bit.
Make more, or I don't know how the fuck they were doing it.
There were the comics from that show.
Oh, we have. Oh, yes,
yeah,
I have.
we have the
yes,
comics
I
too.
have
Yes.
them. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
weren't you there, Cam?
Let's just talk about how much fun you guys had. Everyone was there.
Didn't you get a poster that night?
I just loved it. That is the
gosh.
story of the poster that's hanging on the wall in the studio.
Yeah.
It is the dopest poster on the planet.
Yeah. So what you all just heard was Jamie had asked about the sci-fi poster, and that is the story of
the story
Yes,
of
it
our
is.
sci-fi poster.
Yes.
So,
And thanks again, Mel.
hey now, No Simple Road
Good
family.
job.
Welcome back to another edition of us talking and you being brought into the middle of it. No, welcome back to another edition of the No Simple Road
Weekly Rewind.
brought to you in collaboration with Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates. Yes, I said it. It's true. Melt
MELT.
Premium Mushroom Chocolates. Go follow at Melt Mushrooms on Instagram. It's got an S at the end of it.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
At
Not
Melt
Z.
Mushrooms.
And what you do is you shoot them a DM, and then they send you a menu. And then this is where you're going to have a tough time because you have to choose from 10 delicious flavors
Or gummies.
or 3 delicious flavors of gummies. And then if you can't do either of those, they have capsules for you too. So you are covered.
Well, internally covered,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and for the month of, what month is this?
This is
July.
July.
Yeah, you get buy one, get one half off with Melt. So make sure that you tell them that No Simple Road sent you so that you get the discount and all that. And mushroom chocolates are cool. So
They are cool.
They are.
All right.
God, they're cool.
What a world.
Man.
What a great world we live in.
Mhm.
Great little timeline spot we're in right now.
Mhm.
Fish is ripping. There's mushroom chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phones take good pictures. Come on.
Fucking Brad.
You know what?
Trey.
You summed it up. That's it. That's all we need to say. You're
Trey
right.
for president, mushrooms vice president, fucking everything solved.
set.
Good
Boom.
agenda.
You know what would be cool if in life, because all that politics shit is so screwy, if we just all decided we appoint somebody, they just have to do it.
I'm appointing Darwin.
No, but
Yeah.
a lot of people, a huge consensus is you know what? Yes, it's going to be fucking The Rock. I don't know.
It's going to be Darth Vader.
Whoever it
Duncan
is.
Trussell.
The Rock.
Okay.
I like
whatever.
The Rock.
So
We talked about that before. I'd vote for The Rock.
Anyway, we don't. Yeah. Fuck politics. Hi, Cam.
I don't see enough of The Rock. That's the problem.
I agree. I follow
I'd
him
like to
on
see him
Instagram.
more, maybe in debates.
Yeah. Like
I
laying
think
it
it'd
down,
be
giving
good.
the people's eyebrow in the debates.
Or
Like,
in a commercial kind of bashing the other candidate and at the end being like, this has been endorsed by the fucking
Do you
Rock.
smell what the Rock is cooking? So,
You know, the other candidate couldn't kick my ass if he fucking tried on the Rock.
bitch.
This has been endorsed by the Rock.
wouldn't that be dope though? Like if there was like two young candidates that like could fight it out. That'd
Yes.
be awesome. Like get in the ring and fight it out. The winners
With
the
lightsabers.
president.
Like that show that we saw, that something 100,
They do weigh-ins.
Physical 100.
physical 100,
Yeah.
where they had to like,
Oh yeah, and that's how you
yeah,
appoint the president. The winner
He's
is
gotta
the
be
president.
agile.
Yeah, but then, like, wouldn't the winner end up being the biggest
It's like it'd be Conor McGregor.
roid dick? Yeah.
no,
Not necessarily.
no.
Okay. All right.
What
well,
if you get a peaceful sweetheart?
It's true. Anything's
whooping
possible. I like the way you
This is
think.
all
Mel.
just like cheating. Like
Oh yeah.
So we're here with Cam Hurt
What's up?
from the
What?
Best Show Ever podcast, and he's that guy.
I'm
That guy.
He's that guy.
you're that guy.
And Jamie Bush.
What?
Hello, Jamie.
And she is her own person, okay? And she is our amiga
She is
and
a-
our homie, and she's holding it down.
She's actually is physically holding the chair down right
yeah,
now.
I know.
Yep.
I ain't lying.
It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
We love having you.
You've got the comfiest chair, by the way, in the room.
I am
That chair
pretty- I
is
am pretty
dope.
Cozy.
It kind of rocks. And just
I'm
saying.
sitting on the floor.
Just
right
describing the chair
Thank you for
listeners.
pointing out the levels of comfort in the room, Apple. I'm
I
sure
am.
everybody that's listening.
I'm
is
all about comfort. It is
scintillating
green
right
and-
now.
oh,
Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing.
it
now. Turned
is.
it up.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's
They're talking about comfort?
what do they got in there?
So Cam, you looking forward to fair tomorrow? Or wait, this is Monday, but we're doing this
You
Friday.
looking forward
Anyway,
to fair
I just
4
had a
days ago?
fucking Blast.
There it is.
I
Thank
just
you.
had so much fun.
What was your favorite part?
The dragon? What's the
Fubo.
Fubo.
Mhm.
Good answer.
Dude, I'm so excited for this weekend. Like I have been. This has been on the calendar for a long time. Thank you so much for inviting me and all that. I mean, but I am just so excited for this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I kind of now I understand how Dan felt last year bringing us. Like
Oh my God, he was
he
so
was so excited and like I
His-
can't wait for you guys to see fair.
His level of stoke for us to be a part of what he's been a part of for so long was so cool to see. It was like when you see like your dad sees you riding your bike, or when you see your kid riding your bike, like there's just like pride and like, oh, and like look at them go kind of thing. And he was like so proudly showing us off and just took us under his wing. And Dan, we love you.
Thank you, Dan.
Happy birthday.
Happy
We got to
60th.
spend a little time with you on your birthday. But yeah, this is a very exciting thing.
Yeah, man.
Well,
It
it's
like it
amazing.
literally changed all of us last year. After we went, we were like just astounded by so many different things.
Yeah.
Like the magic was a huge one. Like there's so much fair magic there and it happens at concerts too. Like you bump into people or whatever, but this is like you can think about stuff and things will happen.
Notched
and like,
up like the synchronicity machine is on full tilt.
and then
on
there's
those
just so
grounds.
many beautiful people expressing themselves so creatively. Like there is such a creativity. People are lit up. They're like
One of my favorite
woodland
things
creatures. Like it's
last
amazing.
year we saw a guy and he had a turtle shell on his back and like leggings, and he walked
like a turtle.
like a turtle very slowly
The entire
everywhere
weekend.
the entire fair,
he
You
kept
saw
the
him
bit
all
up the whole
weekend,
weekend.
just-
barely taking steps.
Turtle walking.
He was in it all weekend.
Man.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And when you're supposed to be there, you're supposed to be there, Cam.
Yeah.
Because this is pretty amazing. Our second year that we're able to do this
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
usher someone in, because
Can't
it usually
believe it.
doesn't happen like that.
Pretty cool.
And so it is organic, and Fair has chosen you.
You have been chosen.
I
You
am
have been
about to
chosen.
be-
No pressure, dude.
I'm about to be so annoying to our friends after this weekend. I'm gonna be like, you guys gotta go. It was awesome. They're gonna be like, was it awesome?
No.
I've only heard that forever.
Forever from everybody. and just to rub it in, we even had like our friends Sean and Meg.
Yeah.
They just moved to Oregon. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Engaged now.
So cute.
Two camping
Incredible.
spots opened up, and I was like, "Hey guys, There's camping spots open, and they're like, we just bought a house. We can't go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
So you make sure you extra rub it in over there.
For sure. It's already started.
Okay, good.
It's already started.
And I have a very important question for you. Do you like root beer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're going to have the best root beer you've ever had in your life. That's it.
Jamie, you've lived in Oregon for how long?
23 years.
Dang.
And never been to fair?
Never been to fair.
Why? Huh?
I know, right?
She's very assertive about that.
She won't go.
Never been.
I mean, I would love to go. I feel like there's just so much music and so many great fun things to do in the summertime. That weekend seems to have been consumed with something else.
Sounds like
there's a lot of stuff
prime
going
real
on.
estate weekend.
Yeah, but I would love to go. I mean, I've heard so many amazing stories from so many great friends about fair, so I'll be excited to hear about it.
Yeah, we'll make sure that once we can talk again, when we get back, when we have serotonin, we'll put together an episode that will blow your socks off.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna talk all about it once we can talk again.
Yeah.
Or it'll put them back on if you don't wear socks.
Speaking of Mojo Family Fest,
You'll be wearing socks by the end of this conversation.
yeah. So we did a live podcast at Mojo Family Fest.
Yeah.
And I got the audio from it, and I thought, while we're recovering so snugly in our beds this Monday here at home, instead of putting pressure on the three of us to talk while we're mumbly faced, I thought we'd give you all a little taste of what we did at Mojo Family Fest. Mel, you want to tell them a little bit about the water thing?
Oh yeah. So for Mojo Family Fest, let's just say last year Mojo Family Fest at Ben and Tiffany's property at Rhythms Ground, we did an earth ritual with pine cones, and we had everybody either find a pine cone on the property, or we had a bunch in the front of the stage, and you can pick one, so nobody was left out, and kind of organically everybody just started to create a mandala by placing their pine cones. It was really powerful. A lot of people were moved by it and came up to us afterwards and was like, that was really awesome. And it was a blessing for the land, because it was like the first thing that Ben and Tiff had really had on there that was, some
big,
substantial size. And so just like a lot of things, just our, gratitude for being on the land, also creating something that we can all do together on, like, not leaving anybody out. So we were like, well, let's do something like that, but we can't do that. I want to do something a little bit, that maybe this land is different. And what can we create here? Well, we knew there was going to be a river there, and unknowingly to us at the time, it was also new moon. So like that, and it's moon's in Cancer. So that's a water sign in itself. And so there was just like all these little errant things like, okay, let's do water. We never said air or fire. Neither one of us. We all just immediately thought water. Okay, so flash forward, we're talking to Jack. Jack is the lead singer of Bodhi Mojo and takes care of a lot of the stuff dealing with the festival. You I can't.
Go ahead.
You distracted me.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That wasn't an easy.
Being hilarious.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so Jack told us about something that had happened. There was a festival, Cascadia Campout, that was to happen and did end up happening, but they had an issue with location, and his good friend Jordan of Radiant Essence Dance was going to do this beautiful dance.
Water dance.
Well, he did not tell us that it was a water dance.
He just said a dance at first.
He just said it was a dance. He didn't, I don't know that he knew the details of it, but he just said they're going to do this amazing dance. They've been practicing it and doing it, for months now. They didn't end up getting to do it at the festival. They did a certain version of it, but they really wanted to display it. They wanted to show people what they did. So he was like, maybe if you guys can kind of like coordinate with them and see if maybe you can fit them in your set, or just talk to her. So we exchanged numbers, and she starts telling me about the dance and tells me that it's this water dance and that they had these beautiful silks that they dyed with indigo to mimic the water, and they used it in their dance. And there's
Yeah, it's
3 of
crazy.
them, and that this one of the dancers is also a poet and has written a poem called "A Message from My Ancestors," having to do with water. And so the stage that we were on was right near the river there. And then the main stage was a little bit further away from it. You couldn't see it from there, but you could hear it, you know? And so it's like all these different things, you know, we had like this, you know, idea to do this ritual that includes everybody with water. How the heck do we incorporate people to, you know, like we don't know how big this is gonna be. It could be hundreds, or it can be 10, or it can be 50, like, you know what I mean? So we just came up with the thought, okay, like the water's over here on the side of us. We can fill up an urn. We have a basin. People can come up and spill some water into this basin along with their intention.
Symbolizing like the coming together of the community and in the form of
Becoming
water.
one.
And then we got an olive tree for the owner of the land, and we watered the olive tree with the water of the community.
With our intentions.
Yeah. So
And then after that, we introduced in the meanwhile, we also did a little bit of a little like commercial for a couple, not even a commercial, but it was just like getting to know the community, some of the vendors.
that was at the very end.
So yeah, so we talk about that, and then
We did us. We
Yeah.
we planned a whole thing, and I threw it out the window at the last minute and was
Literally.
like, we're just going to go up and talk.
Be ourselves.
And so that's what you're about to hear. I hope that next year, if you're up here or not, you can come join us at Mojo Family Fest, because it's dope.
So while you're
Yeah.
listening to this, there's probably going to be like, just like you're with us live. So there might be some places where it's either quiet, you can't hear it, or it doesn't make sense. It
Yeah, the
jumps,
audio ain't perfect.
or it jumps to something else because the audio fell out for a while. So we know that it's not perfect. So just I'm letting y'all know.
Living on the edge.
Because they did that dance, and you can't really interpret a dance through podcasting.
Come on, Cam, do
kinda-
it. Interpret the dance through podcast.
But honestly, like
Perfect.
the dance was so beautiful, and the silks that they had and the way that they blew while they danced was so elegant and so beautiful and like powerful. And I just want to thank, you know, Jordan and her, you know, Radiant Essence for coming out and doing that, and like kind of sealing the
The
ritual like
Yeah.
with something like strong and powerful and feminine and emotional and like heavy, but also like cleansing.
Like water.
And it was
Yeah.
when they were done, I went and thanked him. It was like, that was enchanting. Like that whole thing was I was sitting there with tears watching them, and it was like they were all enchantresses.
Yep. 1,000%.
So-
So that's what you're about to hear. This is No Simple Road, live from Mojo Family Fest 2024 on Saturday at like 1:30 in the
It was
afternoon.
1:45.
145.
We were well
2:45.
well into the
2:45.
festival headspace at this point, and we were just going for broke. We love all of you.
Okay, guys,
I hope you enjoy this.
Oh shit!
All right.
that was quick,
Wow.
bro.
What do I do with
That
my
was
hands?
quick.
Highly trained professional back there. Woo.
Well, hello everybody who
The-
is
the
here
five of
and
you.
not.
What's up?
Woo!
Mojo Family Fest, day number 2. What's going on?
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
It's only day
we-
2. It seems like day 4 or something.
That's how you looked when we woke up this morning.
yeah.
We are No Simple Road, and my name is Mel. Aaron,
I guess you just blew it.
there's Aaron.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Apple.
So, leading up to Mojo Family Fest, like, we had a lot of conversations about like what we were going to be doing and trying to plan, and
we did. We made plans.
we made a plan.
We made plans.
It was a big one, and it had like sections.
17 moving parts
Yep,
to it.
and there was like circus acts and like things happening. And then last night, I was spun and I was listening to Bodhi Mojo, and I was like, you know what? What if we just didn't do any of that at all and just did what we normally do instead of trying to put on a show for everybody? And
Because everybody's getting the show
regardless.
regardless.
And so after I thought that, like, this weight dropped off my shoulders, I was like, oh, there's
And I
no
was like-
pressure. Like, I can just
Do what we normally do.
normally
But I was
do.
like, what? We were just ditching all these cool plans we made?
Yes.
What? And
They were cool.
they were cool.
But so for those of you that do listen to the show, we release 2 episodes a week. The Friday episode that we do is like an interview with an artist or a musician or something. And then on Monday, it's called the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind. And what that is just the 3 of us hanging out at our house, basically talking about what's going on with us. And over the course of 7 years of doing No Simple Road, we've pretty much realized that quickly became therapy for the 3 of us.
Well, and not only that, it became therapy for people that are listening too, because people are dealing with the same we were talking about, losing weight, going on diets, being burnt out,
Hemorrhoid surgery.
people dying. Like, we're dealing with all this stuff. And so when we're talking it out, it helps people kind of organize and deal with the stuff that they're dealing with too.
Yeah.
And that all came about too by one of our listeners suggesting that as well.
Oh,
Splitting it
that's
up.
right.
We
Yeah,
used to do
that's
the
right.
episodes. It would be a little longer. We'd do it
God.
all in one episode, and now breaking it up because we learned that people that listen that told us, they're like, we just want to hear you guys sometimes. You know, we can listen to the interview another time. We like to just hear what you're doing and hear your voices and see where you're at in
So
life.
on that tip, what's going on, Mel?
Whoa, right out the gate.
Yeah. We only got 30 minutes, man. Gotta
How
make
you
it
Well,
doing?
okay?
How are
I
you, Mel?
I want to send a shout out to this is Mel's side over here.
Oh.
I see that
Mel's
I
side,
got
swell
all
side.
the love.
Whoop, whoop.
All I'm down with
Yeah,
this, so I just want to say a
apple
special
side.
shout out. Special shout out to the Mel side.
Yeah, Mel's
Um,
side's where the shade is.
Well,
whatever.
you know, right? Oh, look at that, Jason.
Jason,
Thank
got a
you.
spot. you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm gonna just say right off the gate that it couldn't have been a more gorgeous weekend to do this. First of all, like, everybody is come out in their best attitudes and ready to have fun, and I'm about it. And Harrison over there, I see you.
Yeah, people come
baby.
out in their best swimwear.
Their
You're
Sunday
rocking it,
best on
Harrison.
Saturday, and I appreciate that. But you asked how I was feeling,
Yeah,
and
how
you
are
know,
you, Mel?
after being here, honestly, it's elevated my mood so much. I really needed this. It's, even though it's roughing it, it's restorative in a lot of ways. It's been to be able to see Axel dancing it up and just hanging out and meeting so many different people and connecting with the bands that we have had on the show and being able to like talk to them. It makes me feel good, and I'm excited to do this special other thing that we have, because we did scrap some of the plans, but not all of the plans that we had.
Yeah, but you got to hang out to find out what the
You have
table's
to
for.
hang out to find out what the whole table setup is. But yeah, I just want to say a really special shout out to Bodhi Mojo, one, for that performance last night,
Yeah, man.
but two, for
Let's hear it for him.
Here
Wow.
for Bodhi Mojo. But seriously, but for inviting us back for year 3 with Mojo Family Fest, like, this has been, each year it's surprised the 3 of us of how much we love it. Like, the very first year, you know, we had no idea what to expect. And when we got there and felt the love, we were like, oh my gosh, this is our festival. This is like our people right here. We flash forward to the year after that. It's at, you know, Rhythm's Ground, this incredibly beautiful, gorgeous grounds. Shout out to Ben and Tiff. And
Whoa, whoa.
hosted an incredible, family-oriented, close-knit, beautiful vibe. Amazing music. Amazing music last year was so good. The Quick and Easy Boys, like, just, it was so freaking fantastic. And then all the people that helped to make it happen, Meatball Summer, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
And then now flash forward to year 3, or year 4 for them, but year 3 for us. And look at it. It's like watching your kids graduate from college and like doing something with their degree. This is what it feels like. It feels
Well
like
done.
Like you elevated the experience. You got so many awesome people to be involved. We got Karen, emceeing. We got, Bianca doing yoga in the morning and on and on and on. And we wanted to, at the end of this, shout out some of the vendors. But like Mel being in this environment has been exactly what I needed. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, because your participation and your smiles and like your vibe, your dancing vibe, your outfit vibe, it just brings me to life. And I needed it after being a granny for the last 10 days straight.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Apple, what's going on with you, man?
Well, I would say, kind of following on what Mel said, this is just magical. This kind of stuff is so needed, as we all know, in this world we live in. A lot of craziness going on in the world. It's just nonstop outside. And we get this chance. The thing I love about this festival in particular is we all know each other. We all get to see each other at shows once in a while, like at the Get Down, the Good Foot. We get to hang out. But then the evening ends. And we all kind of go our own ways, because none of us yet have a mansion big enough to invite the entire place back to our house.
Not yet.
It's gonna happen.
We're working on that. The No Simple Farm.
Yeah.
So, but this is magical because we get, like last night, man, the music, everybody was just top notch. All the performances and everything. And like Mel had said, Bodie Mojo just, you guys slayed it. See Family Mystic up there rocking it. It was just magical. And that was the first day. We still have today, this morning, Flying Caravan gets up here, takes us on a magical carpet ride, and then it goes over to Supernatural Beavers. And then Madison getting up there, man. That voice on that girl when she gets up there and does her thing. This community
Shout
is
out
so
Madison.
strong, so magical. And we've all been kind of waiting for this. Last night was everybody kind of was cutting loose, and I think we were all looking forward to this and counting on it and planning on letting loose and being so comfortable around our people and everything. And another magical grounds that the landowner shares with us, and we all get to do our thing and hang out and share the love. So I'm doing fantastic. It's rough sometimes, the day job thing and everything, but then you work for this to all get together, do your thing, get up early, whatever you got to do. We do that for these moments. And this is a big moment because it's 3 days of memories, and we're all going to take this home and be processing it for a while and just basking in the glow. So another huge shout out to Jack, Bodie Mojo, everybody involved in this. It's just, it's precious. It's magic.
For real.
All right, babe. So
I'm
how
good.
you feeling?
This has been real fun. So anyway,
how is Aaron?
You know what?
Are you gonna talk about it or what?
I'm going to talk about it.
All right. You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Oh God. Now there's pressure. No, you know what? I don't know about you guys, but like, it gets really difficult living in two worlds. It's really hard. It's hard to like do the day thing, knowing who you are on the inside and what you can do and what your capabilities are and the magic that's inside of you and like all of that. And then you're out in the world and the world is like hustle, grind. Don't pay attention to any of that shit. Do your job, be a good cog in the machine, like do the thing. And I'm 52 years old, man. I went to my first Dead show in 1989. I've been doing this a long time. And it's hard. It's hard to balance that shit and to like keep my head about me, because I start to slip one way or the other sometimes. Like if I go too long, like we just finished months of not really doing anything, like the
Not
holidays
being on the road
and
or
all that. And then, this is the beginning of festival season. This is the beginning of the summer season for everybody. So like whatever mind in my head that talks shit all the time, when all this is coming up, I'm like, oh my God, it's so much work. It's going to be hot out. Like, you know, all the stupid shit that goes through our heads. And like, just even driving in here yesterday, I was like kind of vibrating, like, and I could feel that after we had walked around for like an hour, I could feel like I wasn't in it yet. There's a tapestry of energy in this place that
Like a
connects
force field
all
of
of us.
energy.
And I could feel that like I was bumping up against that thing because I hadn't been around it in a while, and like getting into a cold river or something, like it was a little shocking, and like my equilibrium was off. And it took me like until Bodhi Mojo was playing last night, until Morning Dew actually. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm home. Like, wow, all right, here we are. Oh, this is who I really am. Holy shit. Like, I have stuff to say, and I'm not just the guy that goes to work, and oh my God. And that to me, for me, is the magic of this, right? Like, I love our friends and the community that's here. You people are some of the most special human beings I've ever met in all my years on this planet. The thing that we all do together as a collective is the juice for me. Like, those times when I'm standing in a fucking cubicle in my 6x6 square under the fluorescent light with 2 computer monitors in front of me doing the day job shuffle. This is the thing in the back of my mind that I'm like, I'm waiting for that to keep me alive. That's the thing that's going to keep me going. And I think I'm talking about this because I have a feeling that a lot of us feel like that. And we don't talk about it. Like, it's just when you show up, you're expected to be here already. And it doesn't fucking work like that, man. At least not for me. What about, like, you guys relate to what I'm saying?
It takes a minute. We talked about it on the car on the way here, and usually I'm gung ho, ready for everything, and I was exhausted. I had like been depleted, like 5-year-old energy.
Yeah, man, we ran around after a 5-year-old for 10 days.
That shout out to all the parents out there who are still parenting their 5-year-olds and under. I have mad respect. We did it. We love you. But when grandparents are doing it 24/7, that's a little different.
I got to say that living with them and seeing that their grandson Jasper is so precious, but he is nonstop energy and nonstop demands, and it was so cute. They had 10 days of being parents again. They were not grandma and grandpa. They were parents raising a 5-year-old. And the exhaustion I saw on them and everything. And then mom comes to town, shows up, and Aaron said to me, I'm going to be grandpa again. Here, mom.
Here you go.
But that's this is right out the gate right after that. So this is why it's been so restorative, and like the smiles that we're getting and like the energy that people have for the festival, it's like feeding us, and that's what we all hope to do for y'all, and we're talking about good, bad, indifferent times to be able to kind of feed y'all with whatever is going on in our heads and how we interpret it.
Well, not for nothing. I mean, we make it a point on No Simple Road to not ever talk about politics, and I'm not going to do that. But the world that we're in right now is very wild. Wherever you stand, we're in a really kind of precarious, weird spot right now. And this kind of thing has always been important. But I feel like right now, in the moment that we're in on the planet Earth in 2025 or 2024, going into 2025, is
don't jump ahead too much.
Yeah, sorry. This is the most important thing, to remember that we're individuals and we're also human beings that are part of a collective, right? That I'm just a reflection of you. We're all part of the same thing. And we need to share this time and this energy together because it's the thing that nourishes our souls. From the outside, it can look silly, right? Like, it's a fucking music festival. People are in costumes. There's glitter. It can look silly. But when you look beneath the surface of that thing and take a look at what's really going on underneath the surface, it's a really beautiful, magical, uncommon, strange thing that we all do together.
Well, people are letting themselves free. You're absolutely like, I'm going to wear glitter eyeshadow, glitter leg lotion, and a glitter outfit. Like, you can get as wild.
Show up to Trader Joe's like that next week. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's just great because seeing other people always gives you permission and also reminds you of like, oh yeah, I like that too. I want to participate. Karen's really great at that. Shout out Karen for helping people take up more space on the dance floor.
Yeah,
move your arms around and like use your voice, cheer. Like sometimes we're scared to like use our own bodies, and that's we need to use our voice. We need to use our bodies.
Gotta get it out.
We got to get it out. And this is the perfect setting to get that out.
And I want to add to this too, because me, Aaron, and Mel, we moved here. We just celebrated our 8 years of being up here in the Pacific Northwest. We moved here from Las Vegas on June 13th, 2016. And we knew something was waiting up here for us. We didn't know what. We knew it was great. We were like, well, there's a house waiting for us. There's friends, everything. We came up here. We started the podcast in 2017. So we've been doing this a while. And I just want to I'm not even going to start saying names because I would have to name everybody that I'm looking at right now. The way all of you up here have welcomed us in and made it, our lives became so much richer moving up here to the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Northwest knows how to do it. Yep. Knows how to live. It gave the three of us a new life, especially me and Aaron.
Yeah.
We were not healthy in Vegas, and we came up here and immediately started getting healthier because stuff's meant to live up here.
Look around.
It's very magical. But I just wanted to add that.
Well,
thank you to everybody up here for being so awesome and becoming such good friends and just welcoming us.
Yeah.
To our new life.
Hell yeah.
That has grown so many friends and just keeps getting better and better with everything we do.
I want to remind everybody of something. Like Jack mentioned it last night from the stage about like this might be somebody's first time at a music festival or first Mojo Fest or whatever. And I had a conversation with Harrison last night about this too. And just a reminder, man, like I remember coming into this thing and it was terrifying. It was terrifying to like be spun out for the first time and have the music do what it does and trying to fucking figure that thing out at 18 years old, right? It was the single most horrifying and exciting thing that's ever happened since. You know what I mean? And when you've been in it for a while, it's easy to forget that feeling of the beginning and what it's like coming into this thing. It can seem daunting. You know, people are like, yeah, I saw 109 Fish shows. I've been to the Gorge 3,000 times. I saw Jerry. Did you, like name 5 songs, all that bullshit. And it's like, we can't stand in the way of anybody coming through the door, man. If they're here, then they're supposed to be here. And we need to open our arms and our hearts to them the same way we would for our crew and bring them in and show them around, man, and be gentle and be sweet and help them along the way. And for those of us that have been doing the thing for a while, it's incumbent on us to keep an eye out and do that for people. And I know that if someone had taken the time to do that for me coming in, my trip would have been a lot different and maybe a lot easier, right? Everything happens the way it's supposed to and all that. But thinking back, there was nobody watching my back and welcoming me home. Because if you found this, you had to work for it. It was by mistake. You didn't do this on purpose. You didn't get here because you were, you followed a formula. You most likely took some chemical and in a room somewhere
Or
at a
some
show
advice.
or whatever, and had your mind blown, and were like, holy shit, there's this whole new thing that I don't know anything about, and what do I do? And that's kind of a make it or break it place to be for a lot of people. Some people don't have the balls to keep going. And so I just a reminder to all of us, like, keep an eye out on people, man. And if you see somebody that looks, like they're struggling or they're confused, remind them. If you get confused, listen to the music play. You know what I mean? Like, help them out, man, because we really are a community. I see it in all of us. I see people working together, sharing their food, sharing their stuff, like space, everything. So let's welcome those new people in and help them and make this community bigger and grow and brighter and more fulfilling for all of us, right?
Yeah. Are we gonna switch gears a little bit?
Well, in a second. Go ahead, Apple.
Oh, well, I was just going to add one more thing, kind of piggybacking on what I said. The other thing that is awesome to see up here, we saw from day one getting up here, seeing our first show, is the support that you all, the bands, the local bands up here have for each other. It's a brotherhood like I am not used to seeing, living in other places and stuff. Coming up here, you guys are so strong. You're so talented. You got each other's back. You're cheering each other on. You're getting on stage with each other. It's just amazing to see the love that you all have for each other. And that is so important.
And as we, we're going to go into the Saturday night of Mojo Family Fest, day 2, 2025. Just kidding. And as we go into the night, like, I know that I get caught up in, like, the party of it sometimes. I'm worried about what's, the thing for tonight or whatever. And just, this is a reminder to myself as well as all of you, like, as we go into the night and it starts to get dark and everything starts popping off and we're doing whatever we're doing, let's have a little intention when we do it. Try and raise the vibe in this place and make everybody feel as comfortable as possible and as happy as possible and as free as possible to be themselves 100%. Because when you step outside this place, the world's telling you that you're not enough, you're not good enough, you have to hustle more, you have to hurry more, you don't have enough money, your hair's too short, you're too fat, all the bullshit. None of it's true. And when we're here, this is the place where we can remember who we really are at the core of ourselves without all that bullshit on us. All right? We do that? Cool.
Yeah.
So, well, Jack told us a story, and we kind of saw it on Instagram ourselves. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Cascadia Campout was going to happen, and then it did happen, but they had to change locations last minute. So that changed a lot of the performances, and one of the performances Jack mentioned was a good friend, Jordan, and she is no, I know. And so she is part of this other fun ending that we're going to have in a moment. But I brought that up because that was another part of the community, helping the community. Like, we were like, well, let's see what we can do to kind of like absorb that and bring that into our performance. Well, after last year at Rhythms Ground, we did kind of like a dedication to the land. It was the first thing that had really happened there, first festival. And so we wanted to honor the land and also use everybody that was there to participate. So we said, how can we do that this year? What can we do to expand on that, but also make it unique and specific to this land?
Well, also last year, like, because it was the inaugural festival at Rhythms Ground and it was such an earthy vibe at that place, we had everybody like go around and get a pine cone. And then at the end of our talk that we had everybody come up and like make a mandala in front of the stage with the pine cone. So it was like an earth ritual kind of a thing, right? And when we saw the Instagram clips of this place, I saw the river. And I was like, you know what would be cool if we continue the ritual from last year, the earth ritual that we did, and we do a water one this year together.
And we are in water season. Shout out to those cancers out there. Ow, ow, ow. I've got one myself. She's going to be 29 on the 4th of July. But I know a lot of everybody, like, think about water and how incredibly satisfying it is to take a nice cold drink on a warm day. Think about how when you're filthy and you get clean for the first time after that. Think about how when you just don't feel good and you just take a nice soak, and the invigoration and the renewal and the nourishment that water brings. And it also is our keeper of emotions, and it helps us to kind of work things out and flow. So we decided that we would work with the water element here today. And our hope is to bring everybody. This morning when we took our yoga class, Bianca said, hey, what's your intention for this yoga class? And so we say it, silently in our head. And that's what we're kind of working through with our yoga. So today Apple asked some awesome swimmers down there if they were nice enough to get some water from the river. And it is in this beautiful, what is it? A
vessel.
Thing.
There we go. Our beautiful vessel.
Pot.
And in an effort for all of us to kind of like merge and be in the same space, we're all going to take just a little bit of the water and pour it into the bowl.
There was also the owner of this land had a tree that was,
I think there was 2 trees.
a couple of trees that were precious that died. And
they were diseased, and they had to.
They got to take them out. And so we brought an olive tree. The olive is the symbol, the olive branch is a symbol for peace. And so we brought this olive tree, and we're going to present that to the owner of the property here for him to plant, and then use the water that we all pour into this thing to water it for the first time. All right?
So,
you want to show them how to do it?
I'll start, and we will just last year we didn't even need to give any instructions for the pine cones. People just kind of came up and made a circle on their own. I'm going to let everybody do it. Set your intention, and while you pour it, and it just needs a little bit, little pour, little and
yeah, you don't gotta go for it.
Yeah, you don't have to go unless you really feel like you need to go for it. But we know our basin's only big enough, so just set your intention. Pour a little bit of water. We're gonna at the very end, when everyone's done, we're gonna water the plant with all of our intentions and all of our love and all of that water, and extend it as a some peace and friendship.
Yeah. If you're over by the river right now, if you guys would just come over here for a second and help us with this, that'd be really cool.
Just pour a little bit of this water into the silver bowl. All right.
So check out Mel. She's gonna demonstrate.
Well, should the three of us go first?
Yeah.
I want to pour some water.
All right, cool.
I want to be part of this.
Go ahead.
I love it. It's already going smooth like last year.
Everybody, it's this is a testimony to how we can all work together without instruction. It's beautiful.
With intention.
Yeah. And, just to add on to what Mel was saying about water, too, it's all of those things. And then it also, if you think about like when we have a huge storm or a river that overflows, water is the thing that smooths out the rough edges, right? It also breaks and destroys the stuff that didn't need to be there. So as we pour this stuff into the bowl, this is our collective intention being collected and then used to give life to something that'll hopefully remain here on this property for a really long time, and bless the people that own it and come here, and they can have olives because olives are cool.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. dwellers of fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey everyone, it's Cam Hurt, host of the Best Show Ever podcast, and we have got a second season coming out very soon that I am very excited about. We've got some very cool special guests, including musical acts that we all love, like Karina Reichman, Daniel Donato, Jake Brownstein from Eggy, Rick and Peter from Goose, and many more. Tune in for new episodes dropping on Osiris Media March 5th on the Best Show Ever podcast.